Hi students, welcome back to the second part of SBP 2025 paper 2, whereby we'll be looking at essay questions. I'm Mr. Khor, and if you have any trial papers that you would like to refer or download, please log on to educaji.my. For any lessons that you're interested for biology, do refer to spmbiology.com. All right, let's begin. For question 9, we are looking at a synapse, meaning it is from Form 4, Chapter 12. Okay, we learn impulse arrive, the vesicles release neurotransmitter. So, but what they are mainly asking about here is K. They are asking about K. Okay, students, what is K? The answer is mitochondria. The answer is mitochondria. So therefore, okay, K is mitochondria. The function wise, right? Now, depending on, okay, sometimes they do give you marks for labeling, but in this case, not really. Reason number one, it is because it's only 2 marks. And number two, the question is very specific. Apakah fungsi K? So no marks for labeling, yeah. Generate energy for impulse transmission. And number two is one that many students may not get. That is to help synaptic vesicles to release the neurotransmitter. Sir, as I know, the neurotransmitter is acetylcholine. So as I know, the neurotransmitter is acetylcholine, but the thing is, the schema don't have. Will they accept in SPM? Yes. Yes. Understood they will lah. Understood they will. Okay, this is for one. For number two, explain the effect to the transmission of impulse if synaptic vesicles decrease. Okay, if there are lesser vesicles, simply means got less neurotransmitter. Less neurotransmitter can move across, less impulse will be generated lah, guys. So we can say that transmission of impulse will decrease simply because less neurotransmitter or acetylcholine is released. Less, okay. So it's less neurotransmitter will diffuse across synapse. Okay, and you can say less can attach to the protein receptor. Any two, guys, any two will be accepted. So to me, you must get 4 out of 4 for this component here. Easy questions you have to score, guys. If easy one don't score, what else are you hoping for? Correct or not? Next, B. So there are 2 types of drugs, type X and type Y. Type X and type Y. This is considered quite a difficult question for you guys even. But maybe you can guess a little, probably can guess a little, because type X, right, like morphine and marijuana, is actually sedative drugs. Yeah, it's a type of sedative drug. Whereas this one, cocaine, is to stimulate. So how you know? Because it's in STPM syllabus, we got teach. But of course, Form 5 don't have lah. Form 5 don't have. Form 4 also don't have. Form 4. Not really lah. Very, very vague only. Very vague. So first of all, I think you can take this question. Guys, I think you can take this question as a learning curve. Draw 2 stars, whereby you're learning something a lot extra than ordinary. Now, as I said, X is a sedative drug, while the other one is stimulant, make you feel excited, make you feel very happy. So because it is sedative for X, it will inhibit neurotransmitter. But the other one, stimulant, stimulate even more neurotransmitters to be released. If you know this, you automatically know the next point because of synapse. You've got, like just now, less neurotransmitter, less can cross the synapse. So same thing here. less neurotransmitter in the synapse. Here more lah. Okay. Here less. Oh. Here less. Here more. Why? Simply because here inhibit, here stimulate mah. Okay, moving on. Guys, moving on. For the fourth point, basically it's still less. Less neurotransmitter will bind with protein receptor. Use protein receptor. Protein receptor. Here more. Here more. I think you all roughly guessed it. So not stimulated, receptor not stimulated, here more stimulated to initiate. Initiate new impulse. And also at the end, there will be more activity, nervous activity for type Y compared to X. Okay, so guys, draw 2 stars. Take this as something very K-but lah, I would recommend. For those of you, I bet some of you are copying at the moment. I'll just add in one small piece of advice. Okay, for those of you, if you are scoring 70 and above for biology, now recently I uploaded some videos as in to let you know if you score more than 70, what should you do? Less than 50, between 50 to 70, what do you do? If you are scoring more than 70, right? In fact, more than 65, 70 and above, please take this as additional info to be copied in your... Okay, depends. If you got compiled the state papers properly, systematically, as you go through, as you flick through, take note of this. So my handouts, my trial paper are all very messy. Then I recommend you just get a notebook, okay? Buku nota, you salin all the important things before exam go through. These are your K-but questions. All right. Next, part C here is to do with Form 5, Chapter 5, whereby auxin influences the movement of the shoot tip. Okay, describe the effect of auxin on ABC. Okay, this will grow towards sunlight. If we remove the tip, it wouldn't grow. Now, because this is shielded, dilindungi daripada cahaya matahari, it's not affected by the sunlight, so this will grow as usual lah. So this is your answer. For coleoptile A, it will bend towards light. We are able to see positive phototropism. We're able to see positive phototropism. As for... Okay, if you want to, you can add one more point lah. So auxin, this is because auxin will accumulate at the shaded region. Because 6 marks, I recommend you give 1 extra point each. Now, for coleoptile B, because the coleoptile has been removed, no auxin simply means there's no cell elongation, or cell elongation is not able to occur. And for coleoptile C, like I said, it will grow upwards. Because there's uniform. Uniform means balance lah, equal number of auxin distributed. So the elongation is also uniform. Guys, uniform cell elongation occurs. Uniform cell elongation occurs. Yeah. So if you ask me this whole question here, probably other than the drugs, the rest all you should get full marks. Okay, the rest all you should get full marks. All right, guys, we're moving on to D, question D. Now, question D is something that I spotted for my students, I think last year, 2024. I think 2024 came out. Yeah, because every year I'll spot a certain number of questions for them. Nowadays, SPM, they like to ask, sure got process, sure got comparison, sure got Comparison means compare and contrast, similarities, differences. Yeah. Processes, normally there'll be quite a few. And then there'll be also theoretical, there'll be laws. So different categories lah. Yeah. So that's why our SPM, in my opinion, got standard. Got standard. Compare and contrast, this one nothing much, guys. Let's look at this straight. So both, okay, geotropism of shoot tip and root tip. Geotropism of shoot tip and root tip both accumulate at the bottom side due to gravity. But as we learned before in the roots, right? Guys, this is root, nothing else. Because boys, when see something long, always get excited, somehow or other. So due to gravity, a lot of auxin will accumulate at the bottom region, but more auxin will have less elongation. It inhibits elongation. So here, less elongation on the bottom part, top more, therefore it bends down. So in terms of the differences, right, should show negative geotropism because it grows upwards. Root show positive geotropism. And as I explained to you, high auxin concentration inhibit cell elongation. This inhibits cell elongation. Okay, guys, I think we can top up a little bit more for D here. What else can we say? We can say that negative geotropism positive. This one you can say that the shoot bend upwards. This one the root bend downwards. And if you, yeah, I think this is fine. This is fine. If you really want to mention one extra point, the only other thing I can think of is at the roots, top part elongate more, lower part less. But at the shoot, guys, this is shoot, not anything else, because boys see. Okay, so here, the bottom part more elongation, the top part less. So if you really want to give a fourth point, ini adalah apa yang Anda boleh huraikan untuk point keempat. Okay. Next, question 10. After I finish 9 and 10, then I'll tell you which one I personally prefer. Personally, meaning from, imagine if I'm a student, which one would be a better question. All right, question 10 is mangrove. Question 10 is mangrove. Now, for mangrove, it is from Form 5, Chapter 9. Chapter 9. Based on diagram, state 1 biotic and 1 abiotic. Guys, biotic means living things. Abiotic is non-living. So there are many answers here for biotic and non-biotic. Compare the three species in Zone 1 and Zone 2. This one, Avicennia, Sonaratia, Rhizophora. Since we are here, Bruguera. So similarities between the first two is that they are halophyte, exposed to high light intensity, and any other adaptation that's suitable for both. Now, in terms of differences, Zone 1 is most exposed to the wave. Common sense. Zone 2 will be less exposed. Okay. Yeah, Zone 1 is mostly Avicennia sonaratia, whereas Zone 2 is Rhizophora. So in terms of the root system, they are quite different. This one you can even mention pneumatophores. Zone 1, Avicennia sonaratia, guys, they have pneumatophores. They have pneumatophores. So even you can say pneumatophores are present. This one, pneumatophores are not present. The soil here, you can say more muddy. The soil that is more muddy in zone 1. Zone 2, less muddy. Zone 2, less muddy. Okay. And for question number 4, mangrove are exposed to extreme environment, similarities of the leaf. Okay, for the leaf, right? You can talk about the trees having normally we talk about the top layer first lah. Thick waxy cuticle and sunken stomata, succulent leaf to store water. So 4 marks is no problem. So you can see both have a waxy cuticle, sunken stomata. I think the one to take note is more to 10A2 and 10A3. More to 10A2 and 10A3. All right. Okay, for B1, mangrove system destroyed due to logging. Explain the impact. Now, this falls under chapter 10, Form 5 chapter 10 a little bit more. So first of all, it destroys the coastal line, whereby it is a habitat for many aquatic organisms. So this destroy protected site for small fishes. Oh, this one haven't. Yeah, how come this is the same? Okay, let me just change for you real quick. So besides destroying protected site for small fish, the next thing that happens is that it reduces a breeding ground. Yeah, breeding ground. Okay, let me just change this straight. Breeding ground for aquatic organisms. Okay, let me give you another one. One more point would be good. So ultimately, there'll be less income source for fishermen because the habitats are destroyed for fishermen. Okay, why? Because okay, since we mentioned destroy breeding ground, destroy the places where the fishes live. Yeah, we can also say food chain and food web is disrupted. So guys, you have more than enough points here. So 4 marks, we have 6 points, which is more than enough. And finally, part C. Discuss the steps that can be taken to solve all these issues. Uh, Actually, this should be a 6 to 8 mark question, but they put 4 marks. Yeah, so problem issues in the fisherman settlement is number 1, safety. Number 2, threatening habitat of aquatic organisms affecting marine life. So what can be done is, number 1, we build a strong structure in order to make sure make sure there is better monitoring to ensure there's better monitoring of the waters by the marine police. Because when we have a better fence, then it's easier for the marine police to monitor lah, huh? Okay. Number two, threatening habitat, as you can see here, we ban the use of dynamite, and also we need to preserve and conserve the corals or coral reef. How do we do that is by, we can say controlling the tourist activities. By controlling the tourist activities. For pollution, talk about 5R. Yeah, 5R. Managing toxic waste well. And for affecting marine ecosystem, building artificial reef and also gazette. Gazette means istiha in Malay. Istiha. Istiha in Malay. Gazette. Gazette marine. Protected areas. It means declared as a place that you cannot destroy or carry out any harmful activities. So 4 marks. One thing though, the 4 marks, right, is for each one of these. Yeah. It's not all four in one point. Okay. So looking at question 9 and question 10, I think the debate is more to, are you able to answer B1? B1. Oh, actually there's still a B2. I missed out a B2. Okay, let me just go through real quick. Oh no, guys, there's no B2 because I just totaled the marks again. If you look at it, this is 12. 12 plus 4 is 20. So no questions are missing. So I think the B1, the one is not relevant. It's supposed to be A1, 2, 3, B, and then C. Okay, so coming to again the debate between whether you should choose 9 or 10, it depends on, I think, just these two things. For question 9, are you familiar with, I mean, how many points can you score for B, 6 marks? Because I think the other 14 is really in hand. So to some of you, maybe lah, yeah, out of the 6 marks, you can score maybe 1 point. So assuming you have 15 marks for question 9. Now coming to 10. The question is whether you are able to answer the comparison well. Maybe 6 marks, you might lose 3, 4 marks. Let's say you got 4 marks. You lose 4 marks, you got 16 in hand. This one, let's say you lose 1 mark, you got 15 in hand. 15 here, let's say you lose 1 mark, 14 in hand. Yeah. So I think this one should be full marks. So I think for this case, right, it's about the same. It's whether you are familiar, how many points you can score for B versus are you careful enough for 10? But if you ask me, sir, if you're a student like us, what would you choose? I'll choose 10. I'll choose 10. Yeah, because if I'm a student, definitely chances of encountering the drugs or reading through, I'll put less emphasis on that. I mean, that's what a lot of students do. Yeah, I'm talking from a student point of view. Yeah, because for me, all are okay. All right, so if I'm forced to make a choice, I'll choose 10 for sure. And coming to the last question, which is 11. Question 11 is from Form 4, Chapter 15. Form 4, Chapter 15. Oh, okay. Discuss the factors and symptoms that occur during M. So M here is what we call a pre-menstruation phase. This is due to imbalance of estrogen. So it occurs between 7 to 14 days lah. Yeah, before the first day occurs before the first day of menstruation. Because this is menstruation, so pre-menstruation is before that. It's only 3 marks. So sometimes when they give you a diagram, you're not too certain. Let's say you're not too certain, but because they give you a diagram, right, you're able to roughly guess lah, roughly guess. Now some of you may put pre-menstruation syndrome. They will accept as well. Okay, and one more point that you may want to include is the symptom lah. Symptom is maybe you can say mood swing. You can talk about headache, okay, fatigueness. Yeah. By the way, question 11, no choice. I have to answer all. Okay, teenage girl have regular period. She wants to delay her period to participate in a swimming competition. Wow, so ambitious. She met, okay, to get hormone injection. Suggest what date she should get the injection. Explain the effect of the hormone. Now, the injection is obviously progesterone. And the best time, right? Uh, so competition start here. The period start here. Period start here. So assuming guys, assuming that the period starts here, Now normally, okay, 1 day before menstruation. Because normally period is counted as day one, then ovulation is normally around day 13, day 14, day 13, day 14, right? So it must be taken before that. It must be taken before that. So let's say we count it backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's best to be taken, right, during do we call this the first week? So best to be taken around here. So normally we give a buffer lah. Normally we give a buffer. So the best time to take is the I don't know, do you call this the first week of August? Yeah. Okay, before 7 day of the month lah, before ovulation. Before ovulation, it's better to get the progesterone injection. This is because if you remember, guys, and okay, this one you better put high levels. High levels of progesterone will inhibit FSH and LH. High levels of progesterone will inhibit FSH and LH. So understood, if there's no FSH, no new follicles are formed. If got no LH, no ovulation occur. No ovulation occur. All right. So the menstruation does not occur from 8 to 8 to 13? No. From 8 to this one don't need. Menstruation does not occur from 8 to 23rd. Menstruation does not occur from 8 to 23rd. Okay. I think the challenging part about this question is you have to determine when. You have to determine when. In order to determine when, you have to know your menstrual cycle, the process very well. Yeah. 1 day before menstruation. Actually, menstruation, yeah. So again, I think let me go through the calculation again. Why it's 6. Because actually the menstruation can be the third. Normally it's the third day. Okay, let's say this is the third day lah. This is the third day of the cycle. This one 2, this one 1 lah. This one 1 lah. Okay. Because if you remember the menstruation, that few days is the 5 days is all included in the 28 days. So we have to count 14 backwards because 14 is ovulation. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, this makes a bit more sense. So before ovulation day lah. Before ovulation day. Okay. All right, for C, discuss a method whereby Mr. P and Mrs. Q, can use the method that they can use to have a biological child. Now, block seminal vesicle. For block seminal vesicle here, the first, I mean, there are many answers lah, There are many answers to be frank, because can use artificial insemination, can use in vitro, can use in vitro. All right. So for the first one here, no fertility problem. Yeah, so we can use artificial or in vitro. In vitro means fertilization outside the body. Guys, fertilization outside the body. Meaning sperms are collected, okay, then the ovum all will be fertilized in the petri dish. All be fertilized in the petri dish. Here, because it's 4 marks, right? So one method, one explanation, one method, one explanation. If you just give explanation without any method, you don't get any marks. If you give the method, okay, means if you just explain this, but you never tell the two method, IVF and AI. AI is not the AI, it's artificial insemination, then you don't get marks. But if you did mention IVF and artificial insemination, but you didn't explain, then you get 2 marks. All right. Okay, justify pregnancy test. Wow, who is pregnant? Pregnancy test result carried out by Mrs. Q. Yay, it worked. Justify. So we say that it's positive lah. She's pregnant lah. Yeah, don't write congratulations lah. What is the pregnancy test kit testing for? The answer is HCG, human chorionic gonadotrophin hormone. You don't need to write the full name. HCG is enough. So this is produced by a pregnant lady during early stage of pregnancy by the placenta. Yeah, and normally is released into the urine. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you for following until the end. All right, we'll see you in the next discussion. Thank you. If you have any question, right, you can always log on to my IG, my FB. Mainly these two lah. TikTok not suitable to ask question lah. You can watch my YouTube for more lessons. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.